So LSU football enters week 2 0-1 for the 4th consecutive year. Tough loss to Florida State, of course, in the top 10 battle in Orlando, 45-24 the final score. We've talked about this a lot, the defensive struggles, the offensive struggles, really just the team charisma being at a level inferior to what Florida State was in this game. A lot of factors mixing into the gumbo, if you will, into that 31-0 defeat in the second half, and then overall the 45-24 loss, which really wasn't that close, but could have been that close. What I want to get into, though, is kind of the situation we're in right now. Us as fans, us as members of the media, and then really just this LSU football team as a whole. Like the situation they're in right now. 0-1, you got a cupcake, no disrespect to Grambling State, but a game you should win, we'll call it, coming up this weekend against an inferior team from a talent standpoint. You guys get all that. That's not, a long-term solution, though. Getting a win here this weekend against Grambling State, not going to do a whole lot to quell the frustrations of fans, for people like us who ask questions, and pretty much skeptics nationwide. And a lot of the issues that this team has right now, lack of physicality, lack of a run game, lack of a downfield passing threat, we're going to talk about a few of these things later on in the show, need to be fixed quickly, because the way the schedule is set up, it's not like other teams like Michigan, like Ohio State, other teams like that where they open the season with 3 or 4 games where they'll be favored, they should win, they have an opportunity to work on these against teams that they'll be favored against, and in some cases very heavily. Not how it works out for LSU this year, and really in most years. It's FSU to start the season, a college football playoff-esque game. And then you get a bit of a get-right game here in week 2 against Grambling State. But then you're right back into the thick of tough games with the SEC slate. Mississippi State on the road, Arkansas at home, Ole Miss on the road, and then Missouri on the road as well. Bang, 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 bang. All back-to-back-to-back-to-back. And I've talked about this stretch of games already on this show. To me, this is the defining stretch of games, because all those teams I just mentioned, 3 of them could be top 25 teams right now or by the time you play them. Missouri, I think, is a team that's going to pull an upset this year, and I think I had them going 8-4, so that's a very solid team, and they're playing at home, very veteran team. So you don't really have a lot of time here to lick your wounds and sit back and be like, dang, that sucked, and not do anything about it. This week of practice and the next one, critical for LSU, because before you know it, I'm going to be in a car on the way to Starkville, as is LSU on the bus, whatever they plan to take to get there, and they're going to need to bring their A game, because I know Mississippi State has a new coach, rest in peace Mike Leach, of course, but this is a team that a lot of people have in their own individual top 25s. Very veteran team, too. A lot of seniors, a lot of juniors. Will Rogers, one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC. Like, you can't just walk into that venue in Stark Vegas, as they call it, and bring your C game-esque stuff. No, you will get run out of the joint. And you will have your second loss, which will absolutely eliminate you from the college football playoff. So they've got to turn things around, and quickly. This is a very critical time already, going into week 2 for LSU football, which is just nuts. Usually, you're getting to week 8, week 9, and you've got a loss somewhere sprinkled in there, and you're ranked in the top 15, and now you're trying to figure out, all right, are you a contender for the title, or are you kind of just a New Year's 6 bowl team, maybe? Right now, we're trying to figure out what exactly type of team this is, whether it be a bowl team, a national title contender, a New Year's 6 team, or a team that's going to flame out. We have no idea. I mean, personally, I predicted this team to go 11-1. You guys know that. So I have confidence that this Florida State game, there's things you could point to within it that could have turned the game a different way. Maybe we're looking at this team in a different light right now. I'm not very confident in 11-1, though. That means they're going to win every game from here on out. And I know they're going to fix things, or things will appear to be fixed against Grambling State. You just don't know after that, though. And that's one of the things I'm most curious about. 2 Saturdays from now, in Starkville, what LSU team will we see? If it's the one that's going to win out, go 11-1, win the West again, make it to the SEC title, maybe the college football playoff, is it that team? Or is it the team that might pick up a second L in 3 weeks and it's just a middle-of-the-pack SEC team with 6, 7 wins? Maybe they don't even make a bowl game. We're going to find out which side of the teeter-totter we're on. This side or this side very soon here. But LSU's got to figure it out, and they got to figure it out quickly. That's for sure.